All right, this is the fake sun that was over me the entire time. The entity, I just want to be clear, I'm on 8th Street, so the moment that I turn off of San Antonio, where California Highway Patrol are gang stalking with the people of the state, that's when the fake sun that remained over me the entire time. I've already shown you the entity covering up the fake sun is not evidence that it's not there. The California Highway Patrol are demons engaging in state surveillance, and they're doing so while in the position of law enforcement that's engaging in criminal surveillance in the city of Upland that is already established as a terrorist, a domestic terrorist engaging in the pattern of conduct. I want to document at what is 790 West 8th Street in Upland, California at what is 9:47 a.m. I'm at a plethora of different places, including different cities. The entity is maintained and states. I've documented during daylight savings time. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. The entity is keeping the fake sun, and it starts shining the moment that I turn the block. California Highway Patrol is gang stalking on this street. They remain engaged in the pattern of conduct. They're all monitoring California Highway Patrol that's creating light activity while they're engaged in psychopathic pacing, mentally ill criminal activity that California Highway Patrol is engaged in, okay? The entity is stalking via aerial surveillance by the United States Postal Service, and they're doing so while the entity is stalking in the sky space with the commercial planes that there's no airport over here. That is California Highway Patrol. That is indeed gang stalking. That's the P.O.C. Those two demons, those officers, the license plates, they're going to federal prison. This is the pattern of conduct. This is the entity that's engaging in what is surveilling me. California Highway Patrol is gang stalking and furtherance of murder. That's why you're going to prison. They have guns on them, on their persons while they're engaging in that malicious pattern of conduct. That's why they're going to prison. They are severely mentally unstable while they're engaging in a highly malicious pattern of conduct, while they're engaging in that, while in those positions simultaneously and facilitating it by a public that's mentally ill. They just go into the library under this fake sun that remains over me until the end of the day to keep my vagina under surveillance. They do so with California Highway Patrol. That's why they are going to prison. That's the P.O.C. 9RHV023 is stalking. 21570Z3 is stalking. The people that say that 790 West 8th Street in Upland, California are stalking. This is the P.O.C. The California, state of California is gang stalking. That's state surveillance while the entity is following. Ontario is south down San Antonio. This is San Antonio. The U.S. military, those are the homosexuals stalking me by commercial planes from the city of Ontario. It has nothing to do with the placement of the international airport, Ontario International Airport, which is being shut down. It is the pattern of conduct for the entity to maintain surveillance through commercial planes because the homosexuals that are mentally ill, that engage in sex rituals and provide some sort of illusion, they're delusional regarding any nexus between the person that they're conspiring to kill and their perverted sex acts, which have caused them to contract HIV. They're mentally ill and they are reckless with regard to the need for them to be confined against their will for the protection of the public. They are crawling into commercial planes because the U.S. military that are perverts, that are mentally ill, posited that no one would suspect that it's surveillance because they're commercial planes in the cities. And that is entirely illogical. Okay, there are laws and zoning provisions and guidelines and agreements that exist, and that does not mean planes are everywhere throughout the city. And not only that, I've shown you the specific environment. The entities engaging in this is the same 8th Street where I am leaving the library at 6 p.m. and at 8th Street and Euclid Avenue, the fake sun is over me. This is the same 8th Street. Look at Google Maps. I've shown you this. I'm walking to Euclid Avenue, and then I'm going right up North Euclid to get to the Upland Public Library. This is the fake sun. This is the entity. The airport's being shut down, and the commercial airline companies are being prosecuted for treason, for conspiracy to murder, for the program of psychological torture, and they will be subject to martial law. There's not going to be an airport. The city of Ontario, the state, there will not be any airports. As I've shown, they are a threat to national security. This is the P.O.C. This is prosecuting California Highway Patrol that are gang stalking, standing around like they're free to do so, and they're going to prison for that. Okay, this is the P.O.C. The entity's of conduct. Cable Airport is also gang stalking. But this is the U.S. military that's engaged in this. The U.S. government's pattern of conduct. Cable Airport is being prosecuted, so they want to be included. There you are. Cable Airport's a third party, and they will be prosecuted with regard to the pattern of conduct as well. This is P.O.C. It is currently 9:50 a.m.